Hi again, this is Wire here all the way from freaking Shanghai, and I had to go through quite a few hoops just to get this done, and I'll talk about that some other time, but um it's been fun. It's been like I've been here for almost a week. It's pretty good. There's a lot of things to see, there's a lot of good food to have, and there's it's all the different things I've been learning as I've been going through the motions and stuff like that. And it's the only place in the world cold enough so far that I've been to, cold enough to force me to wear more than one color, one layer. Yeah, God, tropical countries are so awesome. You don't realize how awesome a tropical country is until you realize you need to go to the bathroom and you need to go through 4 layers of pants. That's horrible. Anyway, this is Extreme Wirehead, and God, I missed last week. I feel so bad about missing last week. Just couldn't do it. Oh God. But this is Remains of the Day, and I talk about what's been happening. Three different things, just three. Nothing grand, nothing extraordinary. Just three things that I thought were critical, not critical. I'm thinking like an engineer. Three different things that were fun, interesting, noteworthy about the week. And if you have any suggestions, if you liked something about the week, if you concur, if you disagree, just say something because that's how you start up a conversation, right? Just like that. Anyway, let's China. China's cold right now. It's like on average about below 4 degrees Celsius. And at night, like right now, it's God, it's cold. God. But I can handle it during the day. I can keep telling myself that. One of the things I think they need to mention is if you need to bring anything, as in anything at all, bring chapstick, bring lip balm, and bring and buy lots of water. Cause God, it runs through your system so fast because of this cold. Anyway, whew, let's get down to it. Nothing else really to say. What are the three things that I thought were interesting about the week? The first, and probably the one that hit me the most, was um, mechanicals. And by mechanic, I mean the guy who fixes your car when you bring it over to the shop. The and when you try to fix any machine whatsoever, and the troubles that he has when he works with a team of other strangely similar mechanics. And the thing that you have to notice whenever you run into a group of people like this is they do so many specialized things that nobody can ever keep track of wherever any of their equipment is because it gets in such a big mess. God. And it's nice to see that even the experts have this problem because uh, everything just goes flying everywhere. Work needs to be done here, work needs to be done there. It has to go fast, and it's even more trouble when you have an intern around and he's like, "Oh, I need this thing, but I have no idea where to go. Can you help me?" And then he's points you over there, points you over there, points you over there, and then you don't know what's going on because nobody seems to know. And then you open some random drawers by yourself, and you're stuck there clueless because you've got like 3 sizes too big or 2 sizes too small. Stuff like that. It's it's just fun because I got to run around and do that sort of thing. Obviously, I wouldn't have taken pictures. That wouldn't be nice because I never asked permission. But it was quite fun. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn. I have a lot of paperwork to get through and a lot more to review on. And just the nuts and bolts is like an entire lecture, which is crazy. Anyway, that's the first thing. Just the mechanical woes, mechanic woes, or troubles of the daily mechanic, if you want to put it that way. The second thing I think was interesting about the week is vegetables because God, People say about all these problems with communism and republics and whatnot with politics, but there's one thing that I think China does well. China does food well. They're great cooks. They're great cooks. They're so scared shitless of the last time uh they had problems with food that they have to make sure that everybody's happy, and the easiest way to do that is make everybody fed, which is it's a wonderful way to do it because once you fulfill that, a lot of people can be a lot more productive, and that's wonderful. So everybody usually gets fed. Food is quite cheap, even in restaurants. It's quite low. Um, I can get a good meal from a good noodle restaurant that I've been frequenting for uh, under $3, which is great. Or yeah, and I think that's the currency that everybody knows about. And it's wonderful because uh, it means that if you need to eat, it won't be a problem for you. Even if it's just like you can even find really clean street food, and that's wonderful. That's a wonderful thing to see because it means that China's really taking care of the people who can feed their people, who can feed themselves, and anybody who does try to get into cooking is thanked for it, which is a wonderful thing. I've heard all these stories of how the government actually helps them if they start up a new restaurant, which is great. It's a nice way to do things, and it's always good to have more than enough food, especially with a gigantic country like this and all these people moving around and eating. Not to say the rest of the world isn't important, but God, they're doing a good job, and you can't fault them on feeding people because God, it's not that hard to get a good meal, even in like KFC or McDo or something. McDonald's, McDo. My country says McDo. We'll go with that. Third thing on the agenda. What is the third thing on the agenda? The first thing was mechanic woes. The second thing was vegetables. And the third thing, what was the third thing? I keep forgetting. What was the third thing? It was oh yeah, the third thing is VPN woes. Sorry, VPNs. Um, I'm using one right now, and that's the only reason I can talk to you because technically, I'm not allowed to do this sort of shit because I'm not YouTube and that sort of thing. Facebook, Twitter, they're not really Google. That's a big one. Google's not allowed in China, and that's because they don't abide by some of the sanctions that the Chinese government has, and that's fine. Breakdown of agreements, and it just means that they can't work with each other, which is segregating the internet, which is it's really bad. But then again, it's China's problem, and if China can find a solution of their own, I hope they find me a better way to find it because it's when you're an outsider, when you're a foreigner running around, it's quite difficult to get to the things that you would normally use, and that is a big problem. So I'm very thankful that VPNs exist. They don't cost that much. They protect yourself from all these attacks, and it's a good way to um, go through the internet without people spying on the crap that you've been doing, which is always a nice thing to have on hand. I wouldn't normally use it on a daily basis, but it's good to have on hand every now and again just to use because shit can go to hell, and you could be using like somebody's public Wi-Fi and sticking your device into something funny. And it's always important to make sure that they're not trying to siphon stuff from you because that can happen. We're in a time we're in a time and age where somebody could steal your bank account just because they were able to take a look at your wallet. They didn't even need to scan it or anything. They could have just grabbed it and have a tiny scanner in their hand. They could have hidden it. It's quite easy, and it's a danger that I pose, and it's always a risk whenever you do things, but it's a bigger risk nowadays, and yeah, it's a bigger risk, and I I sometimes find myself not caring, but on other times when I do have the patience, I try to go along with it just because it's good practice. It's if any problems happen, I keep saying don't I? Just something I do. Anyway, those are the three things. China's really cold. Let me reiterate. It's really cold. Just really cold. But it's fun. I've been learning a lot of things. I've been seeing a lot of people walking around a lot, bought shoes, Playboy shoes, but and this thing. I don't actually know if it looks good on me. Maybe if like I could give it like to like a girl because I'm starting to think that that was the that was the that was the market that they were after. Anyway, I must look like crap in this. I do look like crap in this. This has been Extreme Warhead. Um, and those have been the things that interested me during the week. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and leave it wherever the hell. And those of you watching on Facebook, fuck it's cold. And I thank God I found a way to get back on you guys on Facebook. I hope everybody's having a great time, having a great weekend. I don't have work on weekend, but I'm seriously tired. I wanted to pull this out because hey, I'm alive. My training is going well, and I'll come back as a great, great Batman whenever the hell that happens to me, if that happens to me. This is the problem. This is the problem. I can say whatever the heck I want, and it's no fun when you can't see the other person smile or crap, and that's sad. That's why I would really appreciate it if you left like some sign, God. But anyway, uh, let's get back to it. Those are the three things: mechanical woes, um, vegetables, and the lovely people who gave me my VPN, which allows me to do all of this stuff. And to all of these people, thanks. And I propose a toast. I have a giant water bottle now. Just God. To all things great and small, this has been Wire, and I'll see you next week. Yeah, peace.